This is Riley Jeppesen doing my commercial real estate presentation. Apologize up front if the audio is a little hard to hear. I'm trying to work it out. Basically, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, in general, what is commercial real estate, what isn't, and kind of the trends and a few things I learned along the way. To start off, I wanted to talk about the three types of general real estate. I know that mine is on commercial real estate, but to kind of better understand what is commercial real estate, I wanted to talk about, the general terms for what people know real estate as. The first one's residential real estate. That's basically homes, industrial real estate, manufacturing plants, and everything else is classified as commercial real estate. A good general term that people use when defining commercial real estate is really any property that is used solely for business purposes. Now that contradicts a little bit because, the other two types of real estate can be used for income. Some people use them for businesses also. So I'm going to go in a little bit more in depth on a few examples of generally known real estate, commercial real estate. The first example I wanted to talk about is something that we're all very common, or we have a common knowledge of, and that is malls. We have a mall here in Idaho Falls, just outside of Rexburg, a lot of different businesses, but that's known as a commercial real estate property, something that we can kind of all relate to and we're all very familiar with. The next example I wanted to give is office parks. Now, a lot of times we see these big buildings and we think there's one business that owns, this big skyscraper. And a lot of times that is the case, someone owns it, but they lease it out to many different businesses that own just, maybe one floor or even a few cubicles and use that space as their office. Next example is restaurants. There's restaurants all over the place. Fast food, sit-down restaurants, anything from, McDonald's to Texas Roadhouse to even a little coffee shop or something on the corner. These a lot of times, are in prime locations, and that is one of the big reasons that they are considered commercial real estate because of the locations they're in. The next example are gas stations or convenience stores. This could be, a little convenience store that on the corner that offers gas, 7-Eleven, anywhere from there to a big convenience store like Valleywide or, a big truck stop, things like that. And again, these are like restaurants. A lot of times they're on prime commercial real estate ground and locations. The last example I wanted to talk about are self-storage facilities. This can be anywhere from, a 10x10 indoor unit to an RV outdoor unit. And these, again, all depend on the location, but these are great investment properties because of the cash flow they generate, along with, you would hope, the appreciation of the property and location of the property. These are just some of the main examples, but there are many other different types of commercial real estate. Basically anything. So I wanted to talk about kind of the current situation of the commercial real estate market. Current values are appreciating as far as the research I have done, and it's a good risk reward compared to other types of investing. So there are a lot of people that are interested in getting into it. The next one I'll go over a little bit, the barriers to entry, but that other investment ways aren't, the best right now as far as interest rates and things like that. There is a need for commercial real estate at the moment, and this is due to the low supply, and it is at its historic low ever. And so A lot of this, we know what happened back in 2007, 2008, and back in that time. You know, financing is a lot harder to get now. There's a constraint on financing. Underwriters are a lot more picky, and so financing is tougher to get. Because of this constraint, I guess you could say, future possibilities can and can't, may be great and may not be, and it depends on who you are. It depends on the capital you have. Those who have commercial property now have an upside potential because they can push rents and things like that, and so they have great future possibilities. But for those who aren't in the commercial real estate,